My guest this morning is Dr. Olalekan Pereira-Sheteolu, who is a program manager and Chief Executive Officer for the Lagos State Agricultural Development Authority. It's nice to have you in the building. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Victor.
And you're welcome to Traffic Radio.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure being here.
It's been a long time coming. So do you listen to Traffic Radio?
Absolutely. I'm number one fan of Traffic Radio. Yeah, wherever I hit the road, I want to know what's happening before heading into any direction.
Wonderful. And what do you make of us?
I think you're doing excellently well.
Ooh.
I will rate it as being number one in Africa.
Wonderful. All right, so I'm blushing right now, and I'm sure the entire Traffic Radio family is blushing too. All right, so Dr. Pereira, let's kickstart this chat by doing what we normally refer to on this program as concept clarification. So what do you guys do at Lagos State Agricultural Development Authority?
Yeah, Lagos State Agricultural Development Authority, located at Okoba, Agege, is actually the implementation arm of the Ministry of Agriculture, which means Lagos State Ministry of Agriculture is our parent ministry.
Okay.
And basically what we do there, I personally refer to the authority as being the friend of the farmers.
Okay.
Which means basically, plainly put, it's when there is a problem in the farm, and probably diseases, outbreak of one problem or the other, and the farmers are looking for a solution on what to do. That would be the authority they call onto.
Okay.
We try as much as possible to provide solution to them if they call. If necessary, we go out there to look at what is really happening. And if we're unable to get the result right there, we actually link up with other institutions, tertiary institutions, to try and look for a way out for them.
All right.
And more importantly, we pass improved technologies on how best to do these agricultural things over to the farmer, so that at the end, we have increasing yields,
right,
so that it translates into income generation for the farmers.
And is it a new agency, or has it always been in existence?
Not quite. I mean, it's been there for a long time. Like, the authority was actually established in 1987 by the United Nations, but it became a scheduled parastatus of Lagos State in 1995. So it's been there for a while.
Wow, 1995 till now. That's
Yes.
like 26 years.
That is correct.
If we look at that.
Yes.
All right, so let's look at Lagos State government, because normally we run on a 6-pillar development agenda of Mr. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. So where is your agency located under the themes agenda?
Yeah, the Lagos State Agricultural Development Authority, just as I earlier mentioned, it's under the
Ministry of
Agriculture. And we actually align with the 4th pillar of the team's agenda, which is making Lagos a 21st century economy.
Right.
Yeah, basically, if you look at that, when we talk about being 21st century economy, apart from all the infrastructure put in place, I mean, you should be well fed for you to be able to do what you're supposed to do.
Right.
What are the agricultural innovations you're putting into place for the people before you call yourself a 21st century economy?
So in terms of guaranteeing food security, you guys are also playing that part as well.
That is correct. That is absolutely.
All right, so let's look at your agencies. How was it for your agency last year, 2020? How did it go?
2020 was, in spite of the problem that we had, which is, I mean, started with the COVID-19, the lockdown, and all other things, and then the EndSARS protests. By and large, the authority did excellently well. Yeah, because one of the mandates of the authority, we're supposed to be able to provide state-of-the-art improved technologies to farmers so as to improve their overall yield.
Okay.
And translate to income generation. But we were able to do some of the, I mean, like, for example, let me just pick some examples to address this question. The farmers in Lagos State, especially the fish farmers, they've always clamoring that, look, there is high price of this fish feed, which is making some of them to go out of the business.
Right.
But the authority was able to fabricate a machine, which we call the extruding machine. Most of these farmers are able to produce their fish feed, but the problem they're having is how to pelletize it and make it float so that it becomes accessible to this fish in the pond.
Right.
Well, with the extruding machine, we're able to do that. If not, the food will have been sinking. And in addition to that,
So you guys developed that machine?
yeah, we developed the machine. We work with some experts out there, and we're able to come out with something. Yes, I mean,
So that is innovation.
it is innovation. I mean, you know, one of the, like the fish industry, you know, Lagos is the state of aquatic splendor.
Right.
The fish is our backbone. We should be feeding all the nations and even exporting out of this country with the volume of water we have in this state. But if we do not get the fish feed correctly, which takes about 70% of the cost of the production, it means we'll be doing it wrong. So we're really working tirelessly on this.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, then. So let's look at the prospects of agriculture in Lagos. What does the prospects? What does it look like? Do we have real prospects for agriculture?
Yeah, like agriculture, in my personal opinion, I always tell people it's the only business that I know that you can come into it with minimal capital and you reap out of it.
Yes, we do understand that, but is that the same in Lagos?
It is the same in Lagos.
You mean it?
It is the same in Lagos.
Prove to me.
Yeah, for example, let's look at the aquaculture industry. Lagos State is going into the LACE project, which is Lagos Aquaculture Center of Excellence.
Okay.
With that, the tonnage of fish that will be coming out of it will be enormous. We'll be able to actually satisfy the need of fish in this state and be able to actually export fish out of the country.
As I speak right now, aquaculture, where are we in terms of what we are harnessing from that aspect of agriculture? What does it look like? What does it portend?
Yeah, like what we are harnessing now, we are not at our optimal level, I would say. And that actually boils back again to the issue of fish feed. And not only that, we need to do something above and beyond. Yesterday, I had the opportunity of going on a monetary trip to Badagry. Okay. And we were in Afowo in Badagry.
Right.
What we are doing there, we are actually exploring into the Lagos Lagoon body works. Body of water.
Right.
In which we put the cage. The fishes are already in cages in their juvenile state, right into the lagoon, in their natural habitat. We feed them right there, and they start developing, which means some of the amount of money you will have spent in this capital is already removed, apart from feeding.
All right.
Now, taking the volume of water we have in Lagos.
So they're already in cages, and you taking them to their natural habitat. So that when they grow, you can now harness them. Is that
absolutely?
Is that the
when
intention?
They grow into the table size, we now harvest them and sell, which
right.
means apart from feeding, you basically don't do anything in that scenario.
Right.
And if you look at the volume, we need to do this en masse, so that all the banks, all the lagoons are filled with these cages, so that we go into massive production of fishes.
Are they not going to be exposed to risks as well? Can't we have risks of damage or risk of these cages being lost underwater and you cannot be able to get them
No,
again?
they are actually tied together and into a raft, which makes them float above the water, which means there is no issue of sinking. We actually went on the raft yesterday, but I must confess, I didn't go on there because I'm a bit scared when it comes to body water.
Right.
Yeah, but this raft, everything is perfectly tied together, and they are all, there is no issue of sinking.
So in terms of planning, how long is this going to take?
Yeah, like we already had one established. It's just like matter of expansion. And this matter, within 2-3 months, everything is put in place.
Right. Okay. All right. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. This morning we're prospecting agriculture in 2021, and we're looking at it from the viewpoint of the Lagos State Agricultural Development Authority. My guest this morning, Dr. Olalekan Pereira-Sheteolu. Of course, he is Program Manager and Chief Executive Officer for that agency. And we are taking this to the classroom this morning. All right. So there's a lot of potentials for agriculture, like you said. But from your observation, Dr. Pereira, are Lagosians really feeling any bright light in the area of agriculture, from your observation?
Yeah, there is no way you could relegate agriculture to the background, which means, I would say, from the government aspect, the government of Lagos State is doing tremendously well in supporting agriculture. But from the aspect of the citizen, that's where we need to address properly.
Okay.
You will recollect, several years back, I think it was during General Obasanjo, he introduced what we call Operation Feed
the Nation.
And the bottom line of that is that at the back of your house, you should be able to do some agricultural activity. And that is where we're actually going back now in Lagos of today. We cannot depend solely on going to the market to buy all these things. There are some GP tanks that you could put 2 at the back of your house and you're already a fish farmer.
All right.
All those interlocks we have at the back of the house, they can still be in place, but we can use bags to plant our pepper, to plant our tomato, and all other things, okra and things like that,
right,
so that it is not every time you do. We need to embrace agriculture.
All right, and I know that you did talk about this on one of the programs we had here in the early part of January, when we are projecting into 2021 and the potentials that agriculture has. And you were talking about passive farming then, right?
Yes.
So how does this work? How will people who are 9-to-5 kind of workers, how can they tap into this kind of passive farming that you mentioned?
If you look at agriculture, for example, if we take like the crop farm, even all other aspects of agriculture, let's say, for example, what we call urban agriculture. At the back of your house, maybe you have maybe 2 ponds in GP tanks. Basically, what you do in the morning, just give them their food and off you go. You check them at night when you come back, okay, they are doing fine. By weekend, that is where you have maybe an hour or 2. If you need to change the body of water that they are in, you do that quickly. You drain them, you replace it. And it takes limited time. And if you're a crop farmer, for example, if you have like crops, maybe a space at the back of the house in bags, you basically just water these things and they are ready to go. We should embrace agriculture. And you know one thing, Victor?
All right.
It is not everybody that should go into even the crop production or agricultural production.
Why do you say that?
There are other aspects. You see, agriculture is an array, a big, wide value chain. From the time you look from the production all the way down to when it gets to the market, there are so many aspects you can key into. For example, someone could be a fish farmer. I say, no, I'm not interested in being that.
Okay.
I want to be a processor.
Okay.
So I buy this fish from you and I have the smoking cane. If you work Monday to Friday, maybe on Friday, on Saturday, that's when you want to smoke the fish. You smoke it, pack it into nylon, and before you know it, you're selling them off.
All right.
And you could even decide, look, Victor, I'm not interested in being a processor. I have connection in United States of America, Canada, and the UK. I want to be exporting these things out. So it's basically contact those that are ready to package this thing, put your own personal label on it,
right,
and you are in the market.
So the value chain for agriculture is very, very huge.
It is enormous. It is enormous.
Okay, so but how can people tap into this? Because a lot of times people do ask that question. How much do I need to start an investment in agriculture? What is needed and all of that? How can people really tap into that?
Yeah, like just as I said earlier on, that in my authority we're the friends of the farmers. We actually encourage people, before you go into any agricultural endeavor, any agricultural activity, let us know. So that right from the beginning, we'll be able to guide you, put you through where you are supposed to go. What to do, so that you don't commit that error and lose money before you now revert to us. So that right from the beginning, it becomes a win-win situation. So once you want to tap into it, you want to do anything, we are free. Give us a call. Okay. That is why the authority was established by the Lagos State government.
All right.
We are paid our monthly salary to assist these farmers, to make sure there is food security in Lagos State. We will do this for you absolutely free, without charging you anything.
All right, I'm sure we'll still talk about that during the course of the program. Prospecting Agriculture in 2021, and Dr. Olalekan Pereira is taking us to the classroom this morning. He is the Program Manager and Chief Executive Officer for the Lagos State Agricultural Development Authority. Very, very shortly, I'll allow you to connect with him. You can ask him 1 or 2 questions as relates to this. But let me let you know that do not forget, there is a broken down tipper loaded with granite that spilled its content on the road at Ogudu. And I understand backlog is beyond Chinatown. What's the latest with that, by the way? Control room, you can keep us posted on that particular impediment. Lagos Abeokuta Expressway is the usual. Yes, I do understand. If you're coming in from Goyi, connecting Dokpemu, slow but moving traffic being experienced there. Beyond Dokpemu to Cement is also slow. and moving, and it stays like that all the way to National. Lagos Ibadan Expressway, what's happening there? You can also keep me posted, and the FRSC, let's see what the latest is within that particular corridor as well. Ikorodu Road was the 411. The last feed we got, if you're coming in from if you're coming in towards mile 12, slow but moving traffic. Impediments that were there before have been taken off, and so it's a steady kind of movement inwards Kushofe and K2 heading towards Ojota. Do not forget that the service lane on that particular corridor is still being worked on in terms of rehabilitation and construction too. Our Pereira-Sheteolu Expressway, we did tell you not too long ago, 5-star inwards Aswani cordoned off to traffic on the service lane. Main carriageway is still very, very much available for you to navigate through. So you need to watch out for movement within that corridor. 5-star inwards Aswani on the service lane cordoned off to traffic. Moving ahead of you, by the time you approach Ilasa inwards Ballet 2, service lane is also cordoned off within that corridor. But movement from Aye towards Last Protect, it's a much better movement this morning because underneath the bridge by Yanosolo has been reopened, and so you have it still very good navigating through that corridor. All right, so Dr. Pereira, let's get to this. So you guys are involved in implementation and you help out farmers, right?
Yes, please.
So let's look at the modalities of how it all works. So I have a farm, or not necessarily that I have a farm before I can contact you guys. At what point do you guys come in?
Yeah, just as I mentioned, Victor, right from the time, let's assume you have a parcel of land and you want to go into agriculture. Before you do anything, give us a call.
Oh, okay.
We want to come out and look at the topography of the land. If you want to have like a poultry pen, we'll be able to advise you because of so and so reason. This is where you locate your poultry.
Okay.
For your fish pond, you look at the topography. Okay, it slopes down this way. You want to locate your fish pond at this particular location.
Right.
It is not after you finish with the construction, you've already stocked them, and we now come and we start having faults in what you've set down. Because this will translate into loss of money at the long run. So right from the very beginning, before you do anything, please give us a shout. We'll be out there to assist you.
Right. Now, in terms of diseases that affect agricultural produce and all of that, do you guys also come in that regard?
Yes, we do. And for example, on Friday, just a week ago,
right,
we were on we have like a radio program we run in one of your maybe should I say the parent station,
okay,
the Radio Lagos,
right,
on 107.5 FM.
107, yeah.
Yeah, it's called Boluyo Radio Program.
Okay.
This is one of the ways we reach out to the farmers, and we're actually informing them that we already have information that there was an outbreak of avian influenza fever, avian flu in poultry.
This year?
Yeah, this year. And I've seen mails from the federal government as well. I got a copy last night already going around that it's already hit other places in northern Nigeria. So which means when we did that last Friday, we were telling them, and because it's a viral disease, controlling it's always difficult. So the best way of attack is for you to prevent it from happening. And that's where biosecurity comes in.
Okay.
Which means you limit those people that are coming into your farms. You don't go to other people's farm to bring any animals into your own personal farm. You have the water dip, which is before going into your pen or anything, you dip your leg into water, which is sort of sanitization. You sanitize your leg as well before you go into your pen. We come into play as well, and we work with the Ministry of Agriculture, the Department for Veterinary Services.
Right.
Yes.
All right, then, Lagos Traffic Radio, 96.1 FM. I'm going to be extending the conversation beyond the studio right now to also have your input as relates to how best we can prospect agriculture in 2021. And we are connecting with the Lagos State Agricultural Development Authority. Okay, so you might have one or two areas of concern for Dr. Pereira-Sheteolu this morning. You can feel free to join the conversation on 0809 912 0777. Okay, that's 0809 912 0777. is the numbers to connect with us. You can also do that on our social media platform as well, at Lagos Traffic 961, our Twitter handle, and on Facebook, which is Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Let's hear from you. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Mitchell.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine, thank you. Yes.
Very good, too. Who am I speaking with?
This is Ali White.
Ali White. All right, go ahead then. I have Dr. Pereira here with me.
Thank you. Mr. Pereira.
Yes.
Since you people operate out of Lagos, like maybe in Ogun State, and don't have a land for agriculture for local state, I put food there and leave that person paper house.
Yeah, thank you very much for that good question. Yeah, because we know land is gold in Lagos. We do have farmers that reside in Lagos, but their properties, their land is in Ogun State.
Mm-hmm.
Even we have some in Osun State. And we still extend our activities to them.
Oh, you do?
Yes, we can do that.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, so Wahid, it appears you have it very good, so you can still connect with the Agricultural Development Authority, and they will be able to offer you one or two in terms of advisory services and provide help to you as well. All right, let's connect with you. 08099120777. Hello there.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Mr. Victor, good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Guinea Lewis.
Mr. who?
Guinea Lewis.
Oh, Guinea Lewis. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, excuse me, I'm not an agriculturalist.
Okay.
But I just want to ask you how I can get in touch with you, because I want to link my association with you. So for certain program on this program.
Okay.
So how we can get you? That's why I'm calling.
That's how you can get Dr. Pereira, right?
No, how can get you yourself?
Me?
Hello.
Okay, you want to get in touch with me, right?
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you, Louis.
Yes, what I say?
You said you want to get in touch with me.
Yes, well, I want to link this association of Nigeria Planning and Forwarding.
Okay.
Agency.
All right, I have your contact. I have your contacts, and we'll try and connect with you. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
All right then. Thank you so much, Louis from our Papa. All right, but we're talking agriculture this morning, and we're prospecting it for 2021. Some have said it has the potentials of yielding billions of dollars, and the earlier you tap into it, with agencies like LSADA, the better for you. Okay, but let's hear from you. 08099120777 is the number so you can connect with us. You can also express yourself as well. Hello there. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
All right, what's your name?
My name is Oluwasegun. I'm calling from Igodo.
Oluwasegun from Igodo.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm thinking of going to Pigri, but I've not started anything yet. I don't know whether the agency offers any kind of training. You know, like you said, if you want to do anything, come to them first. Animal stock, livestock, or feeding or something like that.
Okay, so you're interested in piggery?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Just listen up. He will respond to you.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So do you offer this kind of services too?
Absolutely, Victor. As long as it is agriculture, we offer help. And maybe I should chip in. You know, Lagos State actually has the largest piggery farm in West Africa. The Okiaro Piggery Estate is the biggest in West Africa. So if Mr. Oluwasegun wants to go into piggery, at the end of this program, I'll be giving my phone number.
Okay.
He could get in touch with us. I actually like it for the fact that he's not gone into it.
Yes.
He wants the way to go about it, the help right from the beginning.
All right.
Yeah, and those are the people we actually wanted to work because it's easier that way.
All right. So you provide advisory services to guide them on the best ways to go into agriculture.
That is correct. Advisory services on the good agricultural practices.
But beyond that, are you able to also connect with them in terms of support or funding or grants?
Yeah, like once we have these farmers, we actually organize them into cooperatives. We work in conjunction with the Lagos State Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Cooperatives, form them so that with that they'll be able to approach the banks for funding. And if the Lagos State government, through the Ministry of Agriculture, is doing any empowerment program, we always bring them on board to give them the little the state can afford to render to these farmers.
All
and
right.
if there is any training opportunities, we give them a call, because you can't overrule capacity building when it comes to agriculture.
That's very correct. 08099120777. Numbers to connect with us this morning, even as we prospect agriculture in the year 2021. You might have a chance to really make something out of nothing in the year 2021 if you can tap into some of these resources that we are making reference to this morning. Hello there. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Victor.
All right.
This is calling from Sango.
Busayo from Sango.
Okay. I want to ask their advice. Is it both advisory and financial access to know the ROI, what is expected of you before you venture into it? Because we need to know, are they going to like a proposal? Are they going to help with doing the proposal and all those ones? Or is it only based on agreed input alone?
Okay. All right. He will respond to you. Thank you.
Thanks.
So do you help them out in terms of developing a plan or coming up with proposals and also developing a financial plan? And do you help them out in that regard?
Yeah, absolutely, Victor. I mean, anything that the farmers, you see, we try as much as possible. We want to, attract so many people into agriculture. So no matter the problem they're having, we will sit down one-on-one, if need be, with these farmers. Tell them the way to go about it. Draw out a plan, the proposal, and how to do it, so that at the end, they won't run it at a loss. We actually do that. Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So, Busayo, I think it might just be wise, like you said, they can help you with all this kind of advisory and also help you in terms of coming up with formulating plans that will help your farming agenda, so to say. Let's hear from you. Hello there. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Victor. My name is Tunde Amoni.
All right, Tunde.
Good morning, Dr. Pereira.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, I just want to find out, because you talked about advisory for farmers and GA practice, and possibly marketing their produce and exportation. Do you have any working relationship with other federal government agencies that are involved in exports, like Nigeria Export Promotion Council, NAFDAC, and all the like? Because I'm aware in the time past that your authority was training people in collaboration with the directorate in NAFDAC on how to know the right inputs to use. But I'm not sure if such collaboration does still exist. I don't know what you're doing on that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. Let's just take that right away.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Tunde. Yeah, just as you rightly mentioned, we did have trainings for people. Even last year, we had such a training as well. That was before the COVID-19 pandemic hit. We were supposed to have a second training later in the year, but that did not come to fore.
All right.
Yeah, just as you rightly mentioned, we still have this strong bond, a strong collaboration with all these governmental agencies that, people, we actually want Nigerians to go into export so that there could be hard currency flowing back into the country. Yeah, if you are interested in that, please reach out to me. We'll be able to, if there is no training on ground, we can still have a one-on-one with you.
All right.
And show you the way to go.
Okay, then. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Prospecting agriculture in 2021 is our focus. And Dr. Olalekan Pereira-Sheteolu, who is a program manager and CEO for the Lagos State Agricultural Development Authority, is taking us to the classroom. A brief break, 1 or 2 messages. When we return, we'll be hitting the finish line on the program this morning. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. All right, then. So, approaching the last bend for the program this morning. We did talk about a broken down tipper at Ogudu. The good news, it has been taken off. That was the one that spilled its content on the floor, rather on the road. It has been taken off, so traffic has been restored to normalcy within that corridor. If you're heading towards the 3rd Milan Bridge from Ogudu, it's still very, very good for now. 3rd Milan Bridge proper, traffic almost subsiding, and it's now steady from Adekunle inwards Adeniji. Watch out for movement within that corridor. All right, then on Ikorodu Road, it's moving traffic. There's been experience from Itowolu approaching mile 12 from mile 12 Kushofe and K2 is also steady. But from K2 all the way to Ojota, Independence Tunnel, Maryland, all through that corridor to Abanikoro is looking good. Now, Abanikoro to Fadeye is slow. And, of course, Eco Bridge down to Akpogbon is also slow. Okay, on Lagos Ibadan Expressway, I do understand Ibafu is good. That's I understand Ibafu is good, but Arikpo is slow, and Arikpo in what Lagos is good. Odonyo is sending that message. Thank you so much for that. 08099120777. Let's see if we can take the last set of calls before we wrap up things on the program this morning. I still have with me in the studio Dr. Olalikon Pereira-Sheteolu, who is the program manager and CEO for the Lagos State Agricultural Development Authority. Let's hear from you, all right, before we begin to wrap up on the program this morning. Hello there. Hello. All right, it's a bad connection. I'll try and see how we clean that up. You can also send your reaction via WhatsApp too, and also on our Facebook page, you can connect with us as this program is being streamed live on our Facebook page as Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Okay, you can stream that live too. All right, so amidst all of this, a lot has been said about the support that you can give. Let me see if I can take this one as well. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning. This is Mrs. Annie Baba.
Miss Annie Baba, good morning.
And good morning to Dr. Pereira. Happy birthday.
Good morning, my mother and my mentor and my permanent secretary, my MD.
I'm so glad to hear all you've been doing. Victor, it's a delight listening to you.
Thank you, ma.
Dr. Pereira, well done.
Thank you, ma.
So all of you have to help us. Those of us are tired that we are going to farming.
Right. Right.
So I will get in touch with you.
Okay,
All right, ma. Give me.
Well done.
Yes, ma.
Thank you. And it's so nice to hear from you, ma'am. All right. So that's Mrs. Annie Baba connecting with us, permanent secretary, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Retired permanent secretary.
Retired permanent secretary. Let's take this home and let's begin to, look at the prospects for agriculture from your agency in 2021. What are the things that you guys will be doing?
Yeah, in 2021, we actually have lots of activities. Next week, Thursday, precisely on the 11th of February, we have a program at the Lagos State Agricultural Development Authority.
Okay.
I must say thank you to Mr. Governor for giving us the approval to do this. It is the Farmers Field Day for the State Program for Food Security.
Farmers Field Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for this program, we actually have 9 sites cut across Lagos. It is a day we want to appreciate these farmers for their contribution towards agriculture in the state to ensure food security.
All right.
So, Victor, you are invited.
Okay.
At our authority at Okoba.
All right.
At 10 o'clock in the morning.
We'll try and be there.
Yeah. And apart from that, we have actually some things lined up for the year. The extruding machine, which I've told you that will pelletize the fish feed to make it float, we're working on that. We want to popularize that to the farmers so that even if they cannot purchase it as individual, they can purchase it as a cooperative, so that they can take turns in producing.
Right.
And for there's what we call the fish meal. That is the protein content of the fish feed. We're working on some organizations on a particular insect. It is called the black soldier fly. The larvae from the black soldier fly is something that we could use as protein in the fish feed. And if we are able to get this right, believe me, this will cut down the cost of the fish feed tremendously. There is a particular type of tilapia which we call wesafu. The name is not even being assigned to it. It is just a local name. It is indigenous to Epe.
Tilapia fish.
Tilapia fish, very big fish, and it commands a lot of money in the market. We've already perfected the act of rearing catfishes cut across the states.
Right.
But not everyone eats catfish. Some people will say, once it doesn't have scales, I can't eat. So this is a type of tilapia, very big. We actually want to see how we can bring it into domestication. Maybe starting with the earthen pond, like those pond right in the water, in the soil.
Right.
And then we want to see how we can bring it into plastic and concrete tanks. If we're able to get that right, then that will be two combination of fish that we'll be looking at in Lagos.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So that means you have lots in stock.
We have lots in stock
This year.
Lots, yes,
all right. So for those who are going to be connecting with you, because you said you're going to be giving numbers at the end of the program, so let's do that right now.
Yeah.
Those who want to connect with you, how can they do that?
Yeah, I will give 3 numbers. One for myself, the program manager of Lagos State Agricultural Development Authority.
All right.
My direct line and my phone number, it's 0808
Right.
042
Right.
3286. Let me take that again.
Quickly, because of time.
0808
Right.
042 3286.
Okay.
You can reach the Director of Extension, Mrs. Kosoko, on 0808 401 2299.
Okay.
And you can reach Mr. Fola Ajayi, the Head of Field Activities, on 0703 193 5654.
All right. So it's nice connecting with you on the program, and we hope to catch up with you again as the months unfold, especially as relates to some of these programs that you've earmarked for implementation in 2021. Thank you so much for being here, sir.
Thank you so much, Victor. It's a delight being on your program.
Great, and I really appreciate that. Dr. Olalekan Pereira-Sheteolu is of the Lagos State Agricultural Development Authority, and this morning we've been able to prospect agriculture in 2021, and from the look of things, you guys have real huge potentials for this in this year. Let's see how we tap into it and make lots of returns. All right, Korede Bamishide has produced the program this morning. Maximum thanks to Kaidema Folashere, Mubosola Kasali, and Philip Akinwara. We are not forgetting Adiola Abimbola, who is head public affairs for the agency. We want to say a very big thank you to you for making this come to light. And of course, to you out there too for connecting with us. We clearly want to say a big shout out going out to our executive producer, Tayo Akonle.